Outlaw Lawyer.
Welcome back into the Outlaw Lawyers. Josh Whitaker and Joe Hamer, Whitaker and Hamer Law Firm, managing partners there, practicing attorneys here in the great state of North Carolina. They have offices in Raleigh, Garner, Clayton, Goldsboro, Fuquay-Varina, and Gastonia. They're in competition with Starbucks. They're trying to be on every corner. I kid. But if you got a legal question that you are facing and you need answers, here's a phone number for you to jot down. 800-659-1186. That's 800-659-1186. You can email your questions to the program as well. We'll answer them on future shows. That's questions@theoutlawlawyer.com. I'm Morgan Patrick, consumer advocate. Josh, take it away.
You know, we haven't done a show where we answer questions in a while. We're going to have to set one of those up because we got a lot of them building up in the old inbox. So we're going to have to, it's been a little bit since we did that.
I mean, your show is popular, but when we do the questions specific to a certain aspect, like small business, huge downloads.
Yes. I can't walk down the street after those episodes
Getting
without
mobbed.
getting mobbed.
Small business
it's
questions.
Tough, man. Yeah.
Small business legal questions.
I put on a hoodie and glasses, and that helped.
All right, up next. So what did we just do? Spring forward, is that what we just did?
Yes.
Yes.
Lost an hour.
It was rough.
Yes, it was.
As you get older.
But it's nice, right after. Like,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, we love the longer days.
yeah, all the daylight, right? You're not
Love
depressed.
the longer days.
You're not as
Yeah.
depressed. You look like you're not nearly as depressed as you were last week, man. Last week I was worried about you.
I can leave the office and go play 9 holes.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, yeah, but the springing forward
Yeah,
part.
the part when you do it, it's terrible. But
Yeah.
like, give it some time, man. Like,
They
haven't
give
you
us the
recovered?
weekend. It's not like they do
Yeah.
it going into
Yeah,
a
but when
Monday.
but I'm not 18 years old.
True.
What?
Losing that 1 hour of sleep, you don't get that back. I'm not allowed to take naps at that. I get yelled at if I take naps.
That sounds like a good way to wake up from a nap.
So I can't. Josh! That hour's just gone. It never comes back. It's just a lost hour.
You might never get it back now.
I was gonna say that's a cumulative effect too. Every year you lose that hour.
So Cassandra has been following this for us, but we've got a possibility of never having to fall back or spring forward again. Tell us about that.
So what is it called? It's a Marco Rubio bill. So we are following Florida again. A
Wow.
Florida story with a Florida story. It's a Florida heavy episode today.
It really is.
He presented the Sunshine Protection Act to the Senate and requested an abbreviated procedure. He reached out to all of the other senators, and if they do unanimous vote for it, then it doesn't have to go through any other procedures. It's just immediately bounced to the House for a vote. So there was only one senator that was a potential nay, and he didn't show up. So, so it was good to go. It was a unanimous vote on something in our Senate.
That's amazing.
I know.
That is something
It was
united our
amazing.
nation.
Well,
And-
look, you talk about names, right? And like how the Sunshine Protection Act.
who doesn't want to do
Who
that?
doesn't want that? That's fantastic.
We all love
And being sponsored
sunshine.
from Florida.
Exactly. If you
It's
don't
a-
like sunshine,
I
I don't like you.
I can see the signs, down with sunshine.
Yeah.
Well, Eeyore didn't.
Yeah, and it's a miserable soul, that Eeyore.
So what's the next? What's the next step for this to go through?
So it's in the House now. So it would
yeah.
create permanent daylight savings where we would stay in this summertime bliss year round. Interestingly, Arizona is always on winter time.
I did not know that
Yeah.
until I read that article. Yeah.
So they'll get a permanent 1 hour shift for their full year if this were to go through. But the House has indicated that they're not really ready to vote on it. They're getting actual research on it.
No time for research.
And it sounds we laugh about that, but like you are our resident daylight savings expert, and it sounds like there's actual tangible health impacts from this change.
For and against the bill of permanent daylight savings. For permanent daylight savings times, there's an increased risk of stroke and heart attack and other ill health effects every fall when we fall back. You're losing daylight, your schedule's messed up, and that is apparently actually bad for us.
I think it's terrible for you. I think it's bad. We've seen the COVID.
When you
recently.
fall back, when you get the
I'm
extra
talking about the lack of day. Like if you have less daylight, you're having less very valuable vitamin absorption.
Yeah.
COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
COVID.
You need that.
You
vitamin D.
yeah, you need it.
If that
You
taught
need
us
it.
anything,
That
if
taught us
COVID,
that,
if the pandemic has taught us anything,
It's that.
you need your vitamin D.
100%. So that makes perfect sense. Plus, it makes you real sad, man. That the dark doesn't make you real sad. It gets super dark. You come home, it's dark.
Yeah.
Okay, see, thank you.
I'll give you that.
We're gonna get you on the side. You're the
How does this affect farmers, though? Isn't that why we have it? That's what I always heard. We have daylight savings time because of farmers.
I think we have the technology to put lights on tractors.
Yeah, tractor lights. This is a new thing.
I think they have it.
I don't know, man. We should get a farmer on.
We should.
There are very few of them left.
Yeah.
Well, there is. We could, if they had a better PR thing, this might be named like the anti-farming bill or something.
Sunshine Protection Act, though.
That's pretty good. There are concerns about farm lobbyists and school lobbyists because of, especially in colder climates like the Midwest, it's already getting light in the morning so late in the winter. Pushing that another hour back, it's going to be 9 a.m. before the sun rises in a lot of areas of the country.
Kids are at the bus stop. It's dark.
Yeah.
Exactly. So there are commuting danger issues.
Sure.
But right now, they're commuting in the dark to and from work. So I feel like getting sun for one of those two times is a net benefit. But who am I?
Well, this is a good example.
You're the daylight savings expert.
I'm going
What
to
are you
reach
talking
out
about?
to my representative in the House,
Yes.
make sure they vote correctly on this.
This is a good example, though, of something that should be simple, right? This is something that, like, I don't think many people are angry about. You know, there's things that you need to take into concern and you need to research it because everything has unintended consequences. You know, everything does. But this is not super objectionable. It seems like something that should probably get passed, you know, but it's a good test to see how the legislative process works, you know. It's like when you're in school and you do like the pretend Senate, you know, and you have like a bill, something stupid like everybody should get one piece of free candy a day, and it goes through, but you're like, well, who's supposed to pay for the candy, and what kind of candy is it, you know, and it ends up not passing because you can't agree on stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know, it just feels like that to me. It's like,
Big, terrible student Congress flashback.
I was joking about how much of a expert on daylight savings you are, and then I was reading the notes and I see that there is a person who actually wrote an entire book.
I'm
Sees
not
the
there yet.
daylight, the curious and contentious story of daylight savings time. So
And interestingly, this has been done before. In the 70s, for almost 2 years, we were on permanent daylight savings time. Yeah.
that was a happy time too, from what I recall hearing. You know, the 70s. You like the 70s, right?
I spent 4 glorious years in the 70s. What, they went back.
They did. They actually went back early. It was supposed to be a full 2 years, and people did not like going to work in the dark in the winter. It'll be interesting to see if that happens again. The proposal here is permanent, so they would have to go through this entire process backwards with a new bill for a permanent reversal.
I like the trial period aspect, though. I did not even know that happened in the 70s, you know. But I like the fact that it was a trial and you had to come back and everybody make sure it was all right.
Yeah, but who's gonna? I mean, if you don't agree on it now, like why? I feel like no. I don't feel like anyone's like, hey, this makes so much sense now, 2 years later. But yeah, I agree. I like the trial aspect as well. I just think people they're going to feel how they feel about daylight savings time at the end of the day. You know.
We should do that with more bills, though. Just a trial period.
Yeah, have like a sunset
Do a
provision
demo
on it or something.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I agree.
I did not know it was coming out. I didn't know it was a Florida senator, so that's interesting too. Florida's just taking over the news cycle now. But all right, well, I want to spend some time up next. I know we're coming up against a break, but I want to spend some time. We've got a Supreme Court nominee. Confirmation hearings have started. We've had 2 or 3 days of it now, and I want to spend some time talking about that next.
All right. Announcer voice, here we go. The Outlaw Lawyers, Josh Whitaker and Joe Hamer. Whitaker and Hamer Law Firm is where you can find them. They're the managing partners there, also practicing attorneys here in North Carolina. Our special guest is Cassandra Nicholas, and she is also an attorney with Whitaker and Hamer. If you've got a legal situation that you're going through and you need questions answered, I have a phone number for you, 800-659-1186. That's 800-659-1186. Just leave your contact information, briefly what the call is about, and an attorney with Whitaker and Hamer will be in touch. You can always email your questions to the show. We'll use them on an upcoming episode. Questions@theoutlawlawyer.com. That's questions@theoutlawlawyer.com. And again, website, fantastic resource for you. Again, theoutlawlawyer.com. We're back right after this.